Okay. 7.2. The disk method. Now, with the disk method, you want to imagine that you have a function, and that function is part of a solid, and you're rotating the solid about an axis. So, for example, the equation y equals the square root of 4 minus x, something like this. Well, we can imagine we are rotating the solid around this axis, right, to form a shape somewhat like this. If this was a 3D shape, right? Something like this. That's the concept of the disk method. That's the x-axis. Now, then this right here is the radius. So this, our delta x, which becomes our dx, this, our height, is our radius. So height is equal to the radius. Now, we are trying to find area or volume. So instead of finding area where we find two-dimensional lines and an infinite amount of two-dimensional lines, we need to find an infinite amount of two-dimensional volume or areas, with this, our height, being our radius. So we can think of the equation A equals pi r squared. Now, r is our radius, right? Since this is our radius, that same exact thing. So A is equal to pi, our function, root 4 minus x squared. This is the area. Now, since this is a square root, root 4 minus x means A is going to be equal to the pi times 4 minus x. Now, we plug this into the integral. Keep in mind, instead of finding single-dimensional lines, we're just doing the same exact thing, just adding up areas instead of these small little rectangles. So, that pi can go on the outside since it's a constant. Then we have 4 minus x dx. Now, for our bounds, we want to look to here and here, right? Or we are given the bounds. Say we're given the bounds, these two bounds, with the two axes. So this is x equals 0, and this, you can easily see it is 4, because 4 minus 4 is the square root of 0, which is 0. So from 0 to 4, that's how we're integrating. So now we have pi times 4x minus 1/2 x squared, evaluated at 0 to 4, which is going to equal to pi times 4 times 4, which is 16. 4 squared, which is 16 times 1/2, so minus 8. Then we're going to subtract 0 times 4, which is 0 times this, so these are both going to go to 0. Simplified, we get pi times 16 minus 8, which is equal to 8 pi units. And since we're finding volume, it is units cubed.